Time for Truly in the Sean Miller postgame interview, brought to you exclusively by Truly Nolan Pest Control, a proud sponsor of the University of Arizona. Truly Nolan, call or click at 1-800-GO-TRULY or trulynolan.com to get Truly today. Coach, I don't know if Wildcat fans over two sports could ask for any more excitement than they got today, but a great capper. Congratulations on a tremendous win for your team.
Brian, thank you. And, thank you, first of all, to our fans. I mean, tonight, the whole nation had an opportunity to see what we've known for a long time, and there may not be a better home court or a better crowd than the one here at McHale on a Saturday night. And I would say that we won by 1 point, but our crowd was probably worth 8 to 10 points. And it was just, it's such an educated crowd where no matter if things are going well or not, they stick with us all the way to the end. And we really needed them to stick like they did to the end, because it was the end that obviously put us over the top. But I almost in a way feel guilty beating Florida from this perspective, that I really thought throughout the game they outplayed us in many regards. When they had the open shot, they make you pay. A couple times when we didn't deliver. But the one quality that our team has, and it's just the way it works, is you have to be able to do it from start to finish, and every play matters. And our team in that last 3.5, 4 minutes fought all the way to the last play, and when you do that, every once in a while good things happen. It was a total team win. You can point to every player on our team that made a positive impact or a positive play. And then obviously in those big moments when the clock's ticking, guy has to make a big shot. And we have a guy on our team who believes and has great confidence, and I thought Mark Lyons' shot was one of the biggest shots that I've seen go in. But there wasn't a doubt in my mind that it was going to go in when I saw him go. It's just who he is, and I think we all benefit by having him on the court in that situation.
You know, we were talking there right after the ballgame about the fact that this is the type of situation you work on and practice all the time, putting X number of seconds on the clock, knowing what you need. How many times in practice have you run anything similar to what Mark did there to get that basket?
Well, we practice special situations all the time, and we run it, but the player has to make the play. You know, a year ago, I was in many regards a bad coach because I didn't call a timeout in that situation. You remember that? I think it's like he doesn't call a timeout. Well, I didn't call a timeout today.
Right.
And one of the reasons that we didn't call a timeout, whether that shot went in or not, was if you call a timeout, you don't know if they're going to be in zone or man. Because in Florida's case, they play 50-50 zone and 50-50 man. And once in a while what they'll do is they'll make the ball very difficult to even get it inbound. So that was the reason for not calling it. And a trust level with Solomon out there and Nick and Mark that what we called would be executed and you live with the result. The other thing is just from a defensive perspective, you know, we gave up 10 threes, but in tonight's game, I didn't really look at that as a lack of effort. We had a couple breakdowns. They're a great shooting team, and I think everybody in the arena felt it. When they get a good look, it's like a horse game. And Murphy is a great shooter, and they're surrounding Patrick Young with a number of great shooters. And that's what they're so difficult to guard because they play so well off of each other. But for the most part, I think what we did defensively against them was our best effort, and that's what you can ask for. Our effort level and what we did was as good as I think we could do at this time of year against a team as skilled as Florida. And for us to be able to leave with a win, learn, grow, and build from this game is a gift for us. And the next part is we play Oral Roberts on Tuesday. I hope everybody comes back. Oral Roberts is one of those teams that can beat anybody on their schedule. They won 27 games a year ago, and they have a two-guard who I think is one of the best players in the nation. So we got to go from beating Florida tonight and enjoy it to Sunday and Monday and get back here on Tuesday with an opportunity to go 9-0. And again, I can't say enough thank you to our fans for making tonight just an incredible atmosphere for all of us.
Okay, your team's down by 11 in the first half. Florida's doing what it's doing best. It's forcing turnovers, 8 turnovers in the first half. Second half, your team only has 2 turnovers in the second half. What was the difference?
Well, early in the second half, as they tried to be aggressive with their press, you know, at halftime, we did a couple things that really helped us. And in hindsight, I wish we would have emphasized it even more before the game. But with that adjustment, I thought we were much more sure. I think they probably looked at that and saw that because the couple times that they did press, we went through it and I think had a lot more poise. But again, I give our team credit. It's tough when you turn the ball over a couple times like we did in the first half to put that behind you and play that entire second half with only 2 turnovers. It's one of the reasons we won. And the other thing I think we learned tonight, especially our young big guys, is it's not easy to offensive rebound against a team like Florida. We had 4, and they did an incredible job of taking our strength away. And by the way, they had 12. And you look at that rebounding, 33 to 22. They took one of our strengths away from us, and I think we have to learn as we keep moving forward down our schedule to not let that happen.
You mentioned 3 words earlier, stick to it. And it seems like that's what your team did tonight because, again, Florida's a very good basketball team. And as the game went on, every time the Wildcats would make a little run, they seemed to answer that. But your guys stuck with it, or as you said, stick to it there in the end. How big of a lesson is that, knowing what they did then in the end?
It's a great lesson, and we always talk about finishing the game, and we've done that several times, Brian. As you know, at Clemson, we had a great finish, and against Southern Miss here earlier, a couple weeks back, we had a great finish, and it's one of the things you get by playing 9 players and having a lot of contributors. One thing that I love about our team here early on is each of our players has taken a turn not having a good night. You know, at Clemson, Solomon, although he played very hard, he was 2 for 16 from the field. There's not a lot of teams that can have one of their best players go 2 for 16 and still win. And, you know, each of our guys have had that night where for them individually it didn't go well. But we seem to be able to make up for it with the collective team will. And that's right now what we can't lose. We got to make sure that each game and every day we go through it, that we keep fighting, staying together, and be that team that on a given night each and every player is capable of having a good game.
Great one tonight. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Brian.
Head coach Sean Miller, courtside here at McHale Center, where Arizona beats Florida 65-64. Coach brought to you by Truly Nolan Pest Control. Get Truly today.